requires somebody to do some work in order to be eligible for a higher level prize. I found a contest that was for a Tesla that you had to get 50 people basically to join the campaign before you were eligible to win the Tesla. And one of our friends on the Up Viral group pointed to this Outback Steakhouse campaign. And so, because this is a highly reputable company, pardon me, at least most people would probably say so, and it is in the U.S., and in this particular campaign, they have outlined ways that you can be eligible to win a trip to the Outback Bowl. Unfortunately, this already happened, but I wanted to capture it before it went away, because apparently, and I would suspect that they had lawyers set this up, and therefore, theoretically, it applies to all USA rules. And I'm going to detail that also below. But so how are they getting around it? First, let's look at the campaign. You could win a trip to the Outback Bowl. Dine Rewards members can enter to win trips to the Outback Bowl and other stuff. So first of all, it's obvious you have to be a Dine Reward member, right? How to score points. Touchdown, 6 points. Earn a Dine Rewards qualified visit. Blah, blah, blah. So you get down to the one we really want to talk about, score an entry. There are 3 ways to score a full 25 points, which means an automatic sweepstakes entry. So you're not entered in the sweepstakes until, I guess, you get to 25 points. Purchase $50 in Outback gift cards. But most people would say, you can't require a purchase to be entered in a contest. Well, obviously, if this is true, and I am not a lawyer, let me qualify that again. I am not a lawyer, and I have not reviewed this with a legal team, but I bet they have. Dine in order to go with $100 or more check total, blah, blah, blah. They purchase 4 or more entrees, right? So let's keep going. I've highlighted this. No purchase necessary. Open to all legal residents of the United States with restrictions, 21 years or older. Sweepstakes ends. Non-Florida residents, click here for rules. Free method of entry. Prizes and complete details. And then there's a separate one for Florida. Now, I suspect that anybody that has looked at in any details about USA law realizes that Florida has some different rules. So my suspicion is they have definitely reviewed the laws because they have a separate set of rules for Florida residents. Florida residents, click here for rules, free method of entry, prizes, and complete details. Now, I have already done that. Note that here's the section on how to enter. There are 2 methods to enter the promotion. 1, during the promotional period, must sign up for the Dine Rewards, if not already a member, and present their Dine Rewards account number at any Outback Steakhouse. Will then receive points for specific purchases while using their Dine Rewards account as detailed. So you can read all that. Notice down here in the blue highlight, and this is a PDF, which is why it highlights weirdly like this, but the second method of entry, the entrant may mail in a 3x5-inch card hand-printed with the entrant's name, home mailing address, daytime phone number, and email address in a sealed envelope to this address. Must be postmarked by midnight Eastern Time on these dates. Each entry must be hand-printed and mailed in a separate outer postmarked envelope. Envelopes that contain multiple entry cards will be disqualified from the promotion. You can enter 3 times a day. So, of course, you would have a lawyer review your rules, right? Let's always put in that disclaimer. But it appears that legally in the United States, you can have a requirement that people purchase something as long as you have an alternative free means of entry. And in this case, mailing in a 3x5-inch card, hand printed, blah, 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 under these rules, qualifies. Now, I might contend that that technically requires some effort. It requires you to mail something, which is a cost, right? It costs you money to mail things in any country, I believe. But there is postage required, and therefore you are still paying to enter the campaign. Also, I guess one could argue that making time to enter a campaign where you put in your email address and your name is consideration, because you're required to fill out the form, but all of those things are quite common, and therefore you have to have some way of being registered for the campaign, right? Right. So there is some time element. But anyway, this one requires an actual mailing of a card, and if you wanted to submit multiple, you have to use multiple stamps to make that happen. Right? Right. So, that's pretty interesting. And this currently is a live example of something that requires a purchase to be eligible to win the big prize. And I haven't read all these other ones, and I don't care about what they actually say. But this one is the key, right? You have to purchase something in order to be eligible for the prize. And my suspicion, as I said, is that they reviewed these rules, and apparently they're valid in the United States. Thanks for tuning in. Planet Mitch from GiveawayRocket.com. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer. Obviously, I don't know all the rules of running campaigns in the United States and other countries, but I certainly can advise you on great ways of implementing contests that bring you highly qualified leads. So if you want to know more, come over to GiveawayRocket.com. Thanks for tuning in. One of the common questions in contests and sweepstakes is can I
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
That's a great piece of advice.
That was definitely an e-ticket.